making today? Smothered pork chops. And here are our ingredients. You want pork chops and you want the ones with the bone and you want the thinner cuts, okay? We have flour, seasoning salt, garlic powder, onion powder. This is browning seasoning sauce. I know I have 2 different brands of brown gravy, but I'm gonna use 2 packs. We're gonna use some soy sauce. I'm gonna use some of this white onion, and this is green bell peppers that I've already cut and I froze them. So like in the summertime, when you go to the farmer's market and you get a lot of green bell peppers, all you gotta do is cut them like this and then put them in your freezer and they're good to go. So whenever you need them, just pull them out. So let's get started. So what we want to do here is you just want to season our pork chops. And here I'm using the seasoning salt. Okay, I'm just pouring it all in there, and then that's when I'm going to rub my fingers in them and massage it through so that every pork chop is seasoned. And then here I just decided to add at the last minute some garlic salt. Not too much of it, just because this does have salt in there, and I had the seasoning salt already too. But you guys know me, I love to season my food well. So it's just all up to your own preference. Okay, so here I just kind of want to show you something that I do to my pork chops when I'm going to fry them so they don't curl up. I kind of make slits in them. And it'll look like this. Can you guys see? I'll do another example. So here's a pretty big pork chop. I don't know if I should just cut this one. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna cut this one in half. Like when you have really big ones, you can just cut them. So see, they're kind of like slits like this. That way they don't curl up. You see? This one I'm just going to cut up. This one probably won't need it, but so I'm just gonna make a slit. Like, you see? You guys get it? Here's like a perfect example because this is what a regular pork chop looks like. So, you see how I split it? The slit's here and the slit there. Okay, so what you need is a pan, and you don't need a lot of oil because you're just frying. And so we're gonna let the oil get hot, and then we're gonna start frying our pork chops. So in my flour, here I have some flour, and I'm just going to season my flour with my seasoning, perfect seasoning. Because I've already flavored my pork chops, I don't want to add too much salt to the flour. So that's why I added my perfect seasoning, which has a whole bunch of seasonings in there already. Then I'm just going to mix everything up like this. And then what I'm going to do is dip my pork chops in here, and then I'm gonna start frying it. So So what I did was I just dipped my pork chops into my flour like this, and then I'm just gonna start frying it. Okay, so here you just wanna brown them on each side until they're cooked. And then we're gonna finish doing that to the rest of the pork chops. So I like to cook my pork chops so that they look just like this, because once I make the gravy, I'm gonna let them cook in the gravy for about an hour. So this is perfect cooking for me. Okay guys, so we are done frying all of our pork chops. And all of my pork chops are not gonna fit into this pan. So what I'm gonna do is transfer this grease into a different pan that's gonna fit all of my pork chops, and I'm gonna submerge them all in there into the gravy and let it cook for an hour. So the reason why we want to keep this, because we still have all this yummy stuff in the bottom, which is all the flour and the seasonings. So what I'm going to do is use this pot, and what I'm going to do is I am going to put some of the grease in here. Okay, because I don't want to use all of the grease. And then I'm going to pour some of the grease into a bowl, and then I'm going to show you when I get back. Okay, so I transferred some of the grease to a bowl. And you want to get all the yummy stuff from the bottom of the pan into this bowl. We're going to turn on our flame. Now I've got some hot water running in my sink because we're going to need some hot water. Get your whisk ready, because right now we're going to create the gravy. So I'm just going to let this oil get a little hot from the pan, because this is a new pan. So just want to mix all these bits. And what we're going to use is the leftover flour that we have in this mix. Now I just eyeball everything. So I'm just going to put like a scoop of the flour in here, okay? And we'll see where the consistency is from there. So what you're gonna wanna do is keep whisking this, because we're trying to create that roux. So you just wanna keep stirring, and I'm just gonna add just a little bit more flour. And you can adjust it later if it becomes too thick. So you just want to keep stirring until this becomes thick. Okay, now I'm gonna go get my hot water, okay? Okay, and here it is. I'm gonna pour in my hot water. And you want to stir consistently. You see it's getting thick. And you want to keep stirring. I'm going to use some more hot water. So, I'll be right back. I got some more hot water here. So I use two big, two of these. I'm sorry. Yes, I just used 2 of these of hot water. This is a pretty big cup. And you just want to keep continuing to stir because it's gonna get thicker. And it all just depends on how much gravy you want. You have to remember that once you submerge your pork chops into here, the gravy's gonna get up. I think I will add a little bit more water, but at this time, I want to show you how I'm going to season the gravy. So I think I'm just gonna start off with 1 pack first of the brown gravy. I always just like to have another pack just in case you, however you want to season your gravy. Okay. And then you want to use a little bit of your browning seasoning sauce. I'm probably going to do like 1 tablespoon. Whisk. It does add that extra color too to your gravy. And then you're gonna wanna add 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. And trust me, your gravy might not look thick right now, but once you submerge your pork chops and stuff in there, it will eventually get thick. Okay, now let's taste to see what seasonings we need to add. Okay, so it really doesn't taste like anything right now. So I'm just going to add some seasoning salt. And I think I'm going to add another pack of the brown gravy for the flavor. Mix. So I did forget to record, but then I did season my gravy with some more onion powder, garlic powder, and seasoned salt. Okay, you guys, this gravy, it tastes super good. Again, adjust to your preference, okay? So right now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my onion, and I've already cut them. I'm gonna add in my bell peppers. These are just gonna add flavor. So usually if you want, you can add like a whole green bell pepper. And as for my onion, I only did like half of an onion. So my gravy is already starting to get thick. And now what I'm going to do is put all of my pork chops in this gravy. Like so, okay? Okay, do you guys see how great this looks already? So, like I told you, once you put in your pork chops in, then your gravy is just going to come all the way to the top. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna put the lid on and let this simmer on low for 1 hour, okay? We'll be back. Guys, look at the sauce has thickened up. The onions are wilting. The green bell peppers. This is gonna be so yummy. Don't forget to come back and kind of like stir everything around. You just kind of want to move all the pork chops and stuff like that. All right, we still got about 30 more minutes to go. Hey guys, so here's the finishing touch, and I have some white rice and some corn on the side, and let's do our taste test. See, it's like, that's why I like to put it in there for like a good hour, because it's like so tender right now. The flavor and the gravy is so good. That right there is the bomb. TheBomb.com. So if you guys haven't already subscribed, go subscribe. Give me a like, share, and until next time, I'll see you guys later. Thank you.